I'm just saying that I wish we could, talk to some kind of expert in first impressions, I mean,
I'm an expert in first impressions. I thought about a couple of funny things in there. I thought that I was a sideways guy on an Egyptian vase.
Wow.
And I thought that I was.
You're really making a very good first impression right now, and I really want to know.
First impression on me.
How do you do that? How do you do that?
Right. Well, first impressions are really tough. My parents worked in an office and are really shy people. So they raised me to believe that a firm handshake is constitutes a good first impression. But around the 6th or 7th grade, I started chronically sweating from my palms and the bottom of my feet, and so I just can't a firm handshake is just out of the question. I just don't want to touch anybody. My sort of go-to thing has always just been a sort of funny man who traffics in hee-hees and ha-has. Making a person laugh is a little bit making them come, and that I just my eyes dilate and I taste chocolate. The thing is though, Oberlin, I understand the sort of social landscape at Oberlin demands a different kind of attention to first impressions.
Right.
Think about people who have made a truly lasting first impression on me at the school, and it's always people who are sort of ultra hip and aloof. And so I sort of decided that making a really good first impression of the school is being really stoic and obstinate and not sort of responding to jokes and stuff. It's just really hard. I try to do that. I try to be very stoic and obstinate, but sometimes the person I'm meeting is someone who I think is actually genuinely funny, whose jokes I respect a lot. In which case I've sort of developed this foolproof system to keep myself in check. Where I wear one earphone in all the time, but what's playing in my ear isn't it's not music. It's this sort of loop of recordings that I have where I read out some of the most some embarrassing things that have happened to me, things that things that make me deeply, deeply uncomfortable and keep me sort of straight-faced. Whenever I hear one of those things, I like to respond with yes or because it makes me look, it serves this twofold purpose where I look like I'm an active participant in the conversation, but also I'm sort of forgiving myself for some of the sort of little shames that I've had. I brought some examples of some things that I like to listen to, just sort of experiences that I like to recount to myself. I'll affirm it in front of everybody so that everybody knows how the system works.
Remember at the cusp of your sort of pre-puberty boyhood, when you're first learning about your body, one of the first clips that you ever touched yourself to was a clip of Homer Simpson making out with himself?
Yeah. Yes.
Remember when you lied to your therapist about smoking to make yourself look better?
Yeah.
Remember when you were 7 or 8 and you stood up in your bathroom and a little turdlet just fell onto the bath mat, and in order to cover it up, you just you panicked and you just threw you just doused it in water until your parents at the shower had broken and had flooded the bathroom, so that basically for the subsequent months or however many years that you owned that bath mat, you and your parents were stepping barefoot on the phantom of this dried turd for a long time. Remember that?
Yeah, yes. I remember that, yes. I'm pretty sure I stepped on
Oh my god. That one's just kind of
heartbreaking, honestly.
But I mean, anyway, these sort of things that keep me very stoic when I meet somebody.
right. No, that makes
really
sense.
help.